Everyone's talking about that the price of real estate, the price of houses, the price of commercial real estate is all coming down. Okay? But that stuff doesn't matter. You know what matters? MadMax. MadMax is around the corner. And so this is what I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, gang, beautiful people, is that you may be busy bees working on your dreams, but the powers to be are destroying everything that you may know of through inflation, through a Mad Max situation. I have personally never watched Mad Max, but I made a couple of attempts at it. But you get the idea. If you don't know, Google it. What I'm saying is the situation, the kinetic conflict that our big brother is having all over the world is gone to a point that we've gone and picked a fight with a competitor, with a contendant that's honorable and not weak like a third world country, and that actually owns one of the most arsenals of nuclear energy missiles, if I can just simply put. And therefore, these individuals from Russia have been very stoic and very patient and very calm. And we've crossed many red lines, from attacking them inside of their own places, providing missiles, providing airplanes, all this stuff. Just a few moons ago, the president that's sitting currently, he came and said that if we did these things, then we're going to have blah, 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 blah. And you saw he was wearing, the background was red, and it was just crazy. I don't know, no one remembers that anymore. But that is exactly happening, okay? And one of the most craziest thing is that I would thought that many people would have thought that Russia would reacted many red lines ago, but they haven't. They've been very calm and very patient, and that's the scariest thing, because they know we're supplying them with arms. They know that we're giving them money, to kill their soldiers. I mean, they know that we're giving them information. They know that we're giving them the equipment to sink their boats, sink their factories, etc. And they haven't done anything. And the most craziest thing is like on a street, when someone has confidence that they have the abilities with martial arts, or they have the abilities because they have a self tool, and the other person is just mouthing them, trying to push them, and they're very calm and stoic and just trying to move away because they know the end goal. They think, okay, 10 steps ahead. What's going to happen if I accelerate this? Okay, well, accelerate this is they're going to be on the ground. I'm going to be doing a lot of stress. Afterwards, is it worth it? Is it better just to back away and get out of the situation, and not be a tough guy, even though you have a right to defend yourself, right? However, that gentleman just in that street fight is just being very calm, just backing away. We're trying to provoke them. And eventually they're going to let one into our stomach, right? But I don't think that when they let one into our stomach, it's going to be just a simple thing. They may go all out because they haven't, done anything, like we've been slapping them in their face and they have their hands in their bag. We've been doing all this crazy stuff, and they're just warned us. And personally, I believe that this Ukraine fight is America-led NATO. It is the problem. We're right at Russia's butthole, and of course, no one would like that. We want to, arm their neighbors to the teeth, and that doesn't make sense to any of us. If the verses were backward, we wouldn't allow it, so we got to put ourselves in their shoes. But all this has started not because of the physical kinetic energy, as I stated before. It's all because of the money printing. It's all because of the economic part of money printing and higher inflation. We Americans have lived this lavish lifestyle where we're able to drive the cars without paying for it, to live in the houses without paying for it. And when I say make a monthly payment, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about paying for the whole lump sum up front. In other countries, if you want to rent your apartment, you got to pay for the whole year up front. You got to have to pay the whole 5 years up front. Depends what country you're in. Here, we just have to pay maybe the first month and the last month. and that's it, right? But even in houses, even in cars, even in bicycles and everything, okay? So we were able to live this kind of lifestyle where we have prospered by overthrowing other countries, by doing what? Stealing their natural resources, okay, and creating coups and creating massive immigrations all over the world. And we have profit from that in all dimensions, from printing money and getting goods from China, from printing money and getting gas and oil from X and Y, Z countries. You know, we're printing and trading for actually things that cost time, money, energy, labor, skills to get, where printing press doesn't cost any, very little of anything at all, okay? So you got to remember that. However, because of our constant consumption, our constant obesity of hoarding and getting more and more and more, we're now at a critical situation where we're having a heart attack and we're trying to take the whole world down with us, because if we don't, then we're not going to be the world power. And this is the conflict. And the other crazy thing is that, you know, you got to think about how tough Russia is and how cool-headed they are. And, you know, they're one country being jumped on by 32 NATO countries. I might be a little mistaken. There might be a little bit more, 35. But from recollection, you know, I didn't look it up. There's over 30 plus countries fighting one country. So imagine that on the street, right? You got a guy out there, he's getting jumped by 32 people, and, you know, he has a lot of homies, and he has all these weapons, and he's been fighting with one hand behind his back. And he's not even been fighting like how America would fight, what they did in Iraq, where they just carpet bombed the area, or how the Israelis are fighting, how they're just killing everyone, okay? In their mind, it's like their own civil war or whatever, and the Ukrainians are their own brothers, and we're constantly increasing the conflict, just like Taiwan, right? Just like what we're doing in Taiwan, ladies and gentlemen. So just like the same play. A country, the people are exactly the same. They speak the same language almost. They look almost the same. A lot of them are cousins from the same different tribes, whatever. But we cause conflict, just like what we did with the Native Americans, what we did with the Black Panthers. It's the same gameplay. I see. It's very simple. It's not. I mean, I'm not a genius. I'm just a refugee to America. It's very simple what I'm seeing here. Okay. But what does that mean for me is more inflation. What it means for you is higher gas prices, higher food prices, higher X, higher this, higher that. Okay. Plus the pollution of the earth, okay? Plus sending your kids and cousins and all that stuff to war, because now they want everyone. They want the girls, they want the men, everyone, you know what I mean? We got to go to war, okay? World. Because us beating small countries through airplanes, and, you know, it's not enough for us. We need to now go and kill a lot of people on our side and the other side. And nothing logical about that. And this is why I say that it doesn't matter what the price of real estate is. It doesn't matter what the price of the stock market is, you know, because there are big risks at play. I don't think this is like a normal crash. I think this is more than a normal crash, because it has nothing to do with the printing or not printing. It has nothing to do with decreasing the interest rate or increasing the interest rate. I think the world has had enough of us BSing from sanctioning other countries, by all the way to exporting inflation, all the way to throwing countries, governments, all the way to meddling in so many different stuff, all the way down to taking stuff, people's stuff. So, and now there's a pushback, okay, by a lot of different people. And what's crazy is that, you know, what's happening, everyone's trying to be a busy bee, but it might not even matter, because what Big Brother is doing is going to be destroying what everyone has been building as a nest in a sense, okay? That's just my opinions. I hope I'm dead wrong, but it doesn't look like it. It just seems like we're marching forward into the MadMax situation, where both people are hitting the button. And the craziest thing is, by watching Russia, they've been very stoic. They've been very calm and patient, and even in their interview, you could hear the guy, you know, like they don't want the beef, but they're saying, hey, dude, you're at their house, you know, you're coming inside, stay out, dude, we want to be your friends, let's not go into this, let's chill out, dude, chill out, trying to say, calm down, dude, let's not do this, let's calm down, okay? And we are constantly moving forward. And that's because of our petrodollar, because of our world reserve currency at the deathbed, okay? Just very simple. That's just my opinions. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Peace.